Okay, welcome everyone to Terraria Ranged Master Mode. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play vanilla Terraria in Master Mode while only being able to use the Ranged class. So first thing I do is cut some wood, throw away my copper sword because that's melee and we don't need melee. All we need is bows, guns, rocket launchers. And after almost getting killed by a green slime already, I make a workbench and start to make some wood housing for some NPCs that we're gonna need. Um, yes, so for anyone who is not, who doesn't play a lot of Terraria or maybe even never heard of the game, first of all, thank you for checking out my content then, but um, you make these houses for NPCs, and I'm also gonna die by a blue slime if I, like, yes. Look, I'm not the greatest Terraria player. I'm just gonna do a casual playthrough. Hope I don't die like every second or something, but I was trying, okay? So now I'm just running away from slimes because I'm gonna die. Uh, I abandoned the quest to make NPC housing, but for anyone who wonders, you make housing for NPCs that can either help you go on an adventure, show you what you need to do or something like that, or sell you stuff that you're gonna need. So now I'm just gonna explore to the left and guess and see what I find there because the spawn point got terrorized by blue slimes, and as it looks like right now, I'm gonna be terrorized by a vulture too. Oh, there's still vultures now. So all I can do is pray to God and hope I don't die, and run for my life. I do a little bit of ankle breaking on the vultures, but let's see how it turns out. Let's see if I can run forever and maybe not die, or fall in a big hole that just appears out of nowhere. I try to do a quick maneuver and I think, yes, I'm gonna make some wood platforms and see if I can quickly build across and not die, but no. We're not even 3 minutes in and my first death has arrived. Great, this is gonna be a fun playthrough, I'm assuming. 3 minutes, first death, amazing. Back at base, the spawn's cleared up, so I'm just gonna start and make more NPC building. Or well, finish this one because it's the only one we have so far. This one is gonna be for the guide. You always spawn with the guide. The guide is the guide. I think we can all assume that. It's literally the guide to know how to play the game if you're playing for the first time. I also make myself a cactus helmet, and I think I was trying to make some arrows here. I also made torches in the meantime with slime you got, but I then find out what the emotes are and spam one, I guess. So yes, um, that's the first housing. You just need a chair, and it's done. The guide NPC can live here now, which is just amazing. He doesn't go roaming around the world now. He doesn't. He's just gonna stay in his house, safe from the danger that awaits us in this dangerous and cruel world of Terraria. And I'm gonna find and chase a slime and jump over it. I made a bow, but I don't have arrows, so it's pretty useless still. So that's just not good. I then find the corruption No, this is Crimson, and I found the Crimson. The Corruption, Crimson and Corruption are basically the same thing, but one world has Corruption, one world has Crimson. I have Crimson, which I believe in Master mode is easier than the Corruption, but normally I would prefer Corruption over Crimson, because not in Master mode, the Corruption is way easier. I also get myself some stones, so I can probably make a furnace and some arrows for my bow, and actually do some damage on something for the first time. I'm then gonna rest by this purple slime, and I instantly die again after respawning. Then I make myself some cactus armor. So I have some armor, and now I have thorns damage, which basically, if I get damage, the enemy gets damage. I also make this goofy looking house to have the merchant move in, because once you get enough money, the merchant can move in. The merchant can sell you pretty good items for early game. I then find myself some shurikens and a chest with the amazing Spawn of Warkling, which for a mage build, sure. And a boomerang, which also for a melee build, sure, but I am ranger. I then find myself an anklet, so that's nice. I go in the desert, see if I can get some sturdy fossils to make myself the desert armor, but I instantly die. I then get into the pyramid, where I get a sandstorm in a bottle, which is not bad. I now open up some crimson hearts, which maybe drop the musket or the undertaker. I'm sorry, the musket is for the corruption, and the undertaker drops for crimson, and I get the undertaker. Now I start making myself a makeshift desert biome in the sky, where I die, of course, because why not? And this makeshift desert biome I made for the arms dealer. Arms dealer is happier in the desert. Every NPC loves some NPCs and loves specific biomes. And once they do, they will give you a pylon, which allows you to teleport anywhere in the world where that biome is, and do NPCs. And once the NPCs are happier, they will reduce the cost price of everything. So that's why you usually make those in the right biome with the right NPCs. Also, I'm fishing here now to maybe get some desert crates for sturdy fossils, because that would be the fastest way. At least I thought that would be the fastest way at this time, but it wasn't, it turned out. I then get harassed by some vultures, but I can quickly make work of them with my new pew pew weapon. And then I'm in the ice biome, and I find myself some ice skates, which are pretty useful later on. I equip them now because I have a free equipment slot, but I'm pretty sure I will unequip them later on and just use them when they're needed. I find myself a sky island with a celestial magnet, which just useless for me. I make this a housing just to have a little bit of extra housing for now. It's just useful early on, so I lazy, don't have to make extra housing for now. It's a future me problem, kinda. And I find myself a sky lake, which I'm pretty sure I never actually used in my playthrough, and I just died so far. I buy myself a mini shark with some bullets, which the mini shark, I'm pretty sure you can just... Mini shark is so overpowered early game. I sell the undertaker because I don't need it anymore. And I just blast the zombie because the mini shark is actually pretty overpowered. I then proceed to go to the desert again. Why do I go to the desert, you might ask? For the sturdy fossils, of course. I still haven't gotten any sturdy fossils anywhere. And the sturdy fossils are needed to craft ranger armor for me, but I couldn't find them for the life of me. At this point, I also didn't know I could just use the weird fossil things you can find in the desert. I die, of course, but you could use them in an extractinator. I found myself a bass statue, but you could use them in an extractinator to get easy amounts of sturdy fossils. I also get myself the desert variant of the hermit's boots, which are nice. Hermit's boots, faster walking. It's nice. Taking an elevator. I will just kill this jellyfish here real quick, just to get some glow sticks, to light up the way, you know, to see the light in the darkness of having to mine this shit all the way down to hell, which is annoying. I then go back to the desert, and I will get the desert fossil for the first time. I'm getting myself desert fossils so I can extract them and get some sturdy fossils to make myself the armor set, which will rapidly and drastically improve the amount of damage I do. I get enough, I still extractinate more and more, and then I have enough to make myself the fossil armor. Fossil armor just gives a nice boost, very nice boost to the ranger class. I also got the mosquito bat, but I'm pretty sure that's a higher spawn in like desert fossils than in like slush or what the other thing is called, I don't know. And then finish my pyramid in the hopes of making it an actual makeshift biome, because it still is not a makeshift biome. So I still can't have the pylon here, but I just finished the desert pyramid, I guess. I also start further going down on the elevator and almost drowning, which is amazing. I get myself a chest, a life band, regen, extra regen. It's not bad early game. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty useless item further on. I like almost never use it in any of my playthroughs. I think you can make it for a mage build, and you can also use it with a flexible stone to have like extra regen and reduced potion cooldown. But further, I don't think it's used much for anything, which is kind of sad. I find another. I'm probably just gonna sell this one. I also find a fairy. Look, a fairy. What's it pointing to? Are we gonna follow the fairy? We're gonna follow the fairy. And it's a life crystal. More life crystals. Then this message showed up. Let the clown music roll in. And let's see how much times I die. Shall we? Wow, that was a fun experience, wasn't it? I died a lot. Like a lot. And it's annoying. But we defeated the goblin army. We also got a harpoon gun, which is just very nice. We got some spiky balls, harpoon gun, some good ranger weapons. So that's nice. Also, it looks like I'm almost gonna die here again, but no, I saved myself. So yeah, and I find the angler, I wake him up. I then make this weird little hobo house or something for my underground pylon. I kinda like it. It's not the best, but it's an okay build, I'd say. I'm not the best builder in this game, also buy the desert pilot. So I now have 3 pylons. Then I make the seaside, which is a ship in a bottle. I don't know why, I just wanted to build that for once. I'm pretty sure I'm getting my tooth necklace here. And then find the sky island with very useless loot for me, because I don't need a Star Fury. I blow up the right seaside to make something. I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but it is gonna be okay-ish. And then this happens. Before the eye spawns in, I at least got to finish my ship in a bottle. I do still need the water, but I'm just gonna wait till I get a bottomless water bucket from the angler, because I'm planning on fishing a lot. This fight now has become a very close fight. The eye with like 500 HP to spare and me on 1, maybe 2 hits away from death. So close, but I still die. Then I was fishing and I got the fishing quest, but I get this message. I was trying to get to the angler to take in the fishing quest, but I still die because the eye spawned and I was just fighting him while running to the fisher. It was close, it was very close, but I didn't make it. So now I can run all the way back to the fisher to just get my quest. And yeah, I get a weather radio, so that's nice. I then get my next, which is an angler earring. It's also nice. I used my loadouts to have like one loadout be fishing, one loadout be mining. I find the Goblin Tinkerer and I get myself some rocket boots. Before the Goblin Tinkerer decides to just off himself and jump in the lava. Then I summon the eye myself, so I prepared for it. I get the eye to transform really quickly in this fight, so it was going the good way. It was running smoothly. I barely took any damage, and I make that big mistake to just have that hole there. I don't know why it's there, but it's just there and it will always be there. I'm draining his health, so it is going pretty quickly. I'm taking some more damage now in his extra phase, in his third phase, but I'm still high on HP and I'm just running now, just not going around, and I defeat the Eye of Cthulhu. That is my first relic and my first boss of this playthrough. I then make this I Spy Me thing where I'm gonna put my Goblin Tinkerer and Mechanic because they want to be in the snow and underground to have them the happiest. I then start making a new base design. It's this weird design. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna change it up later a little bit to have like more space. But this is what it's about gonna look like. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. A blood moon happens, of course, when you're trying to build. I make this. This is what it eventually turned out into. I was pretty happy with this. Yes. I think it looked nice. It's definitely one of my better builds. I think the eye looks really good in the like altar thingy. Then I find myself a boomstick, which considerably the best free hard mode weapon. At least one of the better. Then I'm gonna try to make an arena for the Brain of Cthulhu, but there just spawns so much. Like, so much. And these spiders, these blood crawlers, they spawn so much. It's like, look, there's 3. I'm just trying to fight one off and there's like 4 more. Just, it's so annoying to build an arena in the Crimson. Eventually I will get it, but there's just so much. Like, look, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. It's just, I'm just trying to build an arena, like, please, let me. So yeah, this arena took a while. The harpoon gun was pretty good for this, because like, when it got close, you can just spam it, and the harpoon gun does a lot of damage. I then make quick work of some enemies before I summon the Brain of Cthulhu for the first time. So now, summoning the Brain of Cthulhu, I didn't realize how underprepared I was for this. This arena is way too small. The blood crawler is just gonna be annoying, it's just gonna be in the way. I don't really have the right guns for this. I could barely do any damage and I died like instantly. But the stubborn man I am, I make a little bit of a bigger arena and I just go again without any change. So yeah, I just go again. I don't know why. I'm stupid sometimes, okay? I then quickly meet my demise again because I did no preparations, no extra preparations. I just go again. I actually just go again. I throw down some spiky balls, but I just die again. Nothing helps. I reforge and reforge my weapons. Maybe it will do something. Maybe. But I'm pretty sure I just waste all my money on it. I get a lucky and I can't reforge anything anymore. It's just very, very... I'm stubborn. I just go again. This fight, I got farther. I got to the phase where he likes becomes 4 brains, but I didn't realize yet that I have to like find out which one it is. I normally don't fight Brain of Cthulhu, so I kinda didn't know that, I'll be honest. But I just go again, because now I'm pretty confident I can defeat the Brain of Cthulhu with the armor I have and the gear I have. I just throw down a lot of spiky balls. I just get them to go into the spiky balls to take a lot of damage. Like an actual lot of damage. Because I already have all the eyes down. Are they eyes? I don't know if they're eyes or what they are. They look like eyes. But then I get into this phase, which eventually will be pretty easy if you just go around in circles whenever he like teleports or fades, I guess. And you just find out which one gets the knockback, and you can just easily defeat him. So that's how I defeated the Brain of Cthulhu. We also just place the relic, our beautiful relic, and that's beautiful. We also get the Brain of Cthulhu now, the equipment Brain of Cthulhu, and I have to say, using this for the first time, I think it's really nice. I'm not gonna say that it's better than the Worm Scarf, but it is really nice. I like it. I really liked it. I then do some eyes again, just to probably farm some money. I find another one, another one, and another one. Then I mine up some meteor to get myself some meteorite bullets. Meteorite bullets are very nice. I also get myself a star cannon, which I don't end up using too much because stars are, they're not really expensive, but you don't get them in big amounts. So star cannon eventually just kinda ends up being a little bit useless because you don't have ammo for it eventually. I then fight King Slime. I just stand still for what, 10 seconds. I try to harpoon him, but I quickly switch to the star gun, which just melts his HP. But then I make the fatal mistake to go back to my harpoon gun, which eventually I recover from, I think. No, I don't. I died to King Slime, which is kind of embarrassing. Then I instantly have a slime rain after it, so it was kind of okay. I could die there, but now I just still use my harpoon gun for some reason. But I then just start melting him with a star gun because that's just really easy. He just dies really quickly, and that's how I defeated King Slime after 2 tries, which we're not gonna talk about. I then also find out that the relics, I didn't make them high enough, so I had to redo everything in the eye again. I then make this arena to fight the Queen Bee to get B-nates. B-nates are really useful, like really useful, especially for Skeletron and Wall of Flesh. I don't know why I made this like such a small arena for it, but having meteorite bullets so they like bounce is really useful. Also, just being able to destroy something with a star cannon is kind of satisfying. Just look at that. She was like standing still for like what, 10 seconds, and I just melt, just melting it with the star cannon. Star cannon is just so useful. But then again, it takes a toll on ammo. You need to like have a lot of stars. So what I just suggest doing is just saving all your stars from the start, and maybe you have like 200-ish stars once you get to the point when you get the star cannon, which could be really fast if you have luck with just getting a meteorite. If you instantly spawn in, destroy 2 demon cores, and just get a meteorite instantly, but usually most people don't do that. I also make this jungle temple-ish thing. I don't know what I was trying. I was just trying to paint it. It's not the best build. It's a build, but it's not the best build. And I got my money trove, which is nice. We could also use that always. I then fight Queen Bee again. The reason why I fight Queen Bee again is more B-nates. The more B-nates, the better. I also think I still need the bee's knees from the queen bee, so that's also a reason why I should fight her again. But just more beanies, B-nates, it's better. They're actually great weapons for pre-hard mode. I then just try to dodge and weave before maybe I die. I don't know if I died here. Let's see if I die. No, I don't think I die. I think I saved it. So yeah, that's another queen bee down. And I think this one drops what I want. Oh, yep, it dropped the bee's knees. I also make work of another king slime. I don't know why, but king slime dead. I then go to the dungeon. I make an arena there. So this is what the arena turns out. It's an okay arena. I curse him. I instantly take a lot of damage. I'm instantly already half HP, which is not good. But luckily I heal a lot because I have campfires and heart lanterns, so I'm alright. I also got myself some basic potions. I think I got thorns and iron skin, some speed and some health regen extra. So it was, I got myself pretty healed. It's not like it was gonna do, at least if it was gonna do damage, I would heal pretty quickly. It's not like I was gonna die instantly because I didn't heal. I got the hands down pretty quickly. So now it's just the head and the shooting faces, which can be reeling and annoying if you don't see them. And especially with the rain, they were kind of a little bit harder to see because you're not really focused on them then. You're more focused on the head instead. But I dodge and weave through some heads, but eventually I meet my demise. I then wait for the next night, and I'm just gonna try again, see what I get. I quickly buff up, and I curse him again. Now, not already being dead, like in the first 2 seconds of him spawning. I do get a slap here and there, but already the hands are taking so much damage. They're gonna be dead pretty soon. So now, again, very close fight. I'm almost dead, but the Skeletron falls first. Second try, Skeletron. I do get this pet. I then go into the dungeon. The dungeon, I thought I didn't really need much, but I didn't know the handgun was there, so I just got the cobalt shield and the bones I needed for the armor just to get out. And then just got out instead of looking for the the handgun, which I honestly didn't know was in the dungeon, or I could get in the dungeon. I then filled up all of this with glowing mushroom, or mud to make it glowing mushroom. And as you can know, there is one one pixel I didn't fill in. So there's just one pixel of water on the map that I just didn't fill in. I then fight another Eye of Cthulhu for some reason. I start making this big room, like this huge room, just to teleport, so I don't really have to like go down to snow and have to walk up all the way. I summon Deerclops, which Deerclops in as a ranger is just so annoying because every time Deerclops is purple, you can't hit him. You just zero damage to him. And yes, I'm just gonna show you how much times I died. Luckily, I do up ending defeating Deerclops after having to walk a lot back and forth. I made this gentry farm because I would need them for this build. All of the backgrounds are like gentries, and my plan for this build was to like make this weird room where you just spawn in and you could just see the armor sets I like had through the playthrough, which are four for ranger if you don't count like all the basic armors where it's just the helmet. But I just counted all the full sets, like the actual full sets. So that actually with a body piece and the legs and the helmet, all of them just increase range build. I also get myself an obsidian rose, which is very nice. I believe I can just make the water walking or the lava wanderers now, which also just I believe I can make Terra Spark boots now. I do have everything for the Terra Spark boots, so that's huge. Terra Spark boots, I would definitely make them in all of your runs. That's like, I think that's a must because it just allows you to go faster. It's just better. You can stand in like lava, you can stand on top of lava, you can stand on top of water. It's very useful tool. So yeah, I got everything I need to make the lava wanderers, which I would need to get the Terra Spark boots. I come obsidian skull. I take out my uh, frost spark boots. I think it's frost spark boots. I make an obsidian skull with like the rose and the lava charm. I make the lava wanderers, and there you go, the Terra Spark boots. I do have 2 extra spots now, which I will just fill in with the things I just had in my vanity. This loadout, it's okay, especially when I use the bee's knees. Brain of Cthulhu just negates some damage sometimes. The hive pack increases the damage from bees. Shield of Cthulhu is just a dash, and the obsidian shield just negates knockback and some extra defense, and the Terra Spark boots just to go faster, fly. It's nice. And then reforge everything to either warding, I believe, and then fight another Eye of Cthulhu. And another one. And then I start making a hell bridge, so I can start doing wall of flesh. No, I'm actually gonna do wall of flesh. I throw away all of my bee nades. I just throw them out there. It just get rid of the hungries very fast. It just melts the hungries. It also does a lot of damage on just the wall of flesh itself. So after very easily defeating wall of flesh without barely taking any damage, I get myself the treasure bag, and now we're in hard mode. So now it's gonna be absolutely terrifying. I quickly purified the tortured soul, which gives an NPC. I get the clockwork rifle on the first wall of flesh, which I think this gun is amazing, especially for early hard mode. I then bomb away all the way down to hell to prevent the corruption from spreading, or I mean the crimson from spreading. Why do I do this? Because all of my crimson was just on one side of the world, so if I just made one big tunnel down to hell, there would be no problem, because one side of the world would just be completely free of crimson. Then I start making this makeshift corruption biome so I can fish in the corruption. The reason why I would want to fish in the corruption is I could get the toxic carp, and the toxic carp is a fishing item. It's a hard mode fishing item that you can get in corruption. It's for the ranger. It's a nice, very nice gun. Is it a gun? No, it's a fish. It's a very nice fish. I get myself some corruption seeds so I can make the corruption. And then I started blowing up Sky Island because I decided I wanted to build with the cloud blocks, and honestly I didn't know how to get them anywhere else. A wyvern spawns, which quickly kills me because I'm not prepared to take on a wyvern. A goblin army spawns, and I died. So this is gonna be not fun because I just got into hard mode, which means the goblin army is also hard mode, and it's just gonna kill me a lot. I then ended up defeating the goblin army before dying once again. I started fishing, but not realizing this is a very small, but I mean like very small. So as you can see, like I have minus 59% fishing power, which is just means it's too small. I get a bottomless water bucket, so now I can fill up this, and the bottle is filled up. I did make the fishing pond bigger, so I have like the actual fishing power, and I get myself the toxic carp. The toxic carp is gonna do and help very much. You just shoot bubbles. It's a close range weapon, I would say, but it's really good, really useful. Is it worth the fishing time? Not really. Is it useful? Yes. So, to be honest, I would not get out of your way going to fish for it, but I would recommend if you get it, like lucky fishing, definitely use it. I also defeated the Hello Mimic when building this like AFK farm for Chaos Elementals. I do Torch God, which is, you know, pretty easy. I do take some hits, but for the rest, it's a pretty easy fight. I mean, is it really a fight, or is it just bullet hell? I get Torch God's favor. Then I get myself the Rod of Discord. Easy as that. I now have the Rod of Discord. I found myself Shimmer to like shimmer some items that I needed to have shimmered. I get the flailings. I don't know. I get some ice golems because of the frost cores. I need them. I need frost cores. Frost cores are really useful for me, so I can make the better armor. The Toxicarp is doing really useful things. It's like not the best, but I do get myself 3 Phosphorus and a feather so I can make the wings, and I can make myself the armor set. I then fish more, a lot more. The reason why I fish more is because I don't want the corruption or the crimson to just spread, and so I was gonna fish for like the hard mode bars, because I don't really want to ruin this world. I think it's one of my better worlds. I think it really is one of my better worlds. I make a makeshift ice biome just to like get the Goblin Tinkerer here because, and the mechanic, because they weren't happy anymore. The old like ice thing just got it got corrupted, so it was not able to. They were not able to live there anymore. I then start getting some Hallowed Mimics to get myself a Stormbow and some more items that I probably didn't need, but it's probably just for the health potions. The health potions are really useful. Then I decided to fight the Destroyer. I got myself the Frost Armor, I got myself some Frost Wings. I have some okayish weapons, and I just went for it. I thought I can beat Destroyer. And as it seems, it's just going pretty smooth. Just writing down Icar arrows, just using my Toxicarp for when the probes get close, and I just go and fight him. Then, after a long, boring, but pretty easy fight, I take down the destroyer. And that's one of the 3 mech bosses completed, which is very nice. I then shimmer myself a bazaar to get the bandage to eventually make the Ankh shield. Maybe I am able to make the Ankh shield right now already. I'm pretty sure I am. Yes, I'm able to make the Ankh shield, which is possibly one of the better equipments, especially when you only have beaten one mech boss. It's very useful equipment. It just makes sure that all of the debuffs, like once you get poisoned or once you get burned, it just doesn't do anything for you. I also made the Platera arena already because after defeating one mechanical boss, you can get life fruits, and it's just easy if you just have like platforms, just being able to get life fruits. I also maybe like finessed my way into the golem room by just placing 3 slabs, hammering them, and walk through the door. But then I do Skeleton Prime, and as the crazy guy I am, I just ignore the arms. This whole fight I just went for the head. And if you're wondering why is that such a big deal, so the head has a lot of defense when all 4 of its arms are like alive, and so you barely do any damage. But I just decided I'm just gonna go for the head. I'm gonna ignore the arms and I'm just gonna go for the head. And as you can see, I am melting him without just barely taking any damage. In my opinion, Destroyer, the easiest of the mech bosses. Not very much people will agree with me, but I think it is. I really think it is. I barely had a sweat. Like, I'm just going for it. I think it's a fun boss. I think it's a nice boss. I do enjoy this fight usually. This time I did too, but it was pretty easy. Why it was so easy, I have no clue. Was it the Iker? Was it the cursed bullets I used? I don't know. But I just defeated him really, really easy. So, seeing how easy I defeated and how quickly I defeated Skeleton Prime, I decided I can do twins. I have enough time. But the further I got into the fight, I started to realize this arena was way too small for it. You would have way more space to just move. It's not really that I didn't do good. Like, I got them pretty low, but I was just noticing that I didn't have enough space. I needed more space to like walk on, to like run and not just fly around, because they're around you all the time. So it's not like you can move to one side and walk like a pretty short distance and go to the other side. It sadly doesn't work on the twins. So that's pretty sad. Also, I die here. But it says I defeated the twins. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how, why, or what. Like, I don't know. So, what I did was I took the treasure back and I just sold it because I didn't defeat the twins. I didn't. So I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna sell it never look at it. Oh, I actually trashed them. I didn't even sell them, I just trashed them. I did take the eyeballs because that's like a rare pet, but I'm pretty sure once I do twins again, I get them again, so. But I'm gonna do twins again. Look, I'm gonna do twins again. I now started above my base and I just went to walk towards the arena. So I had like more walking space. This time I also increased like the arena. Not by much, but it was enough to like defeat the twins. I then take down Spatism. I don't know, Spatism. I don't know. Hard to pronounce the name. I take him down, and this is just a walk in the forest now. Like, Renditizer, he's very easy. If you struggle with him, then I don't know. He's not really hard. But now, legitimately defeating the twins because I didn't want to cheat. You know, I do defeat the Wall of Flesh again so I can get another summoner or at least another emblem because I was eventually gonna need them. I was gonna need a Destroyer emblem to make the sniper scope, and I just wanted another Ranger emblem so I would have even more damage. I then do Queen Slime. I think it's a pretty fun boss. It's a different base from every other bosses. It's like more bullet helly than like an actual boss fight because Queen Slime itself, like the actual body part, doesn't really do much damage. It's more the projectiles she's shooting that do the damage. But yeah, Queen Slime usually is a pretty fun fight. I let it rain down some cursed flames, and then she starts flying. And I die. Do I die? Yes, I die. So now, having hallowed bars, I just go on a spree to get some chlorophyte. And I start Queen Slime again after getting some chlorophyte bullets. Chlorophyte bullets, in my opinion, the best bullets in the game. They just home, they just do a lot of damage. With something like a Mega Shark or a Celebration, or no, not the Celebration. Vortex Beater, I'm sorry. Or something like the Vortex Beater. Something that just shoots fast, it's usually just very good. It's like a great gun or a great bullet type because it's just homing. It's not the best homing, but it's a good homing. So then, after quickly making work of Queen Slime by using the chlorophyte bullets, I get myself the hook. Really, the only reason why I did Queen Slime. I then start Plantera, which very annoyingly just spawns in front of where I needed to go, and I quickly met my demise because of that. So what I did then was I made a new world because I would need Putric Scent. And Putric Scent are only available from Corruption Mimics. And because I had Crimson, I couldn't get them. So I had to make a new world, defeat Wall of Flesh there, and defeat some Corruption Mimics to maybe hopefully get Putric Scent. Because I would need them for some equipments, which, to be honest, eventually I didn't really use much, I'll be honest. I then just do the Wall of Flesh. It's a pretty easy fight, just being like further in hard mode already. It's a pretty easy fight. I do some corrupt mimics fighting, which also are just pretty easy. They're like the same as hallowed mimics, but just corrupted versions. I can understand that if you're early hard mode, you struggle with these, but if you're later on in hard mode, you shouldn't be able to struggle with these. I also get my Putric Scent on my first try. I had one more key, so I just decided to do one more. And then I don't know what I did, trying to like delete items or something, but then I realized if you put in a key then it doesn't work. But yeah, I just fought another one. I also quickly got rid of this one. At least I tried to. Yes. And I got a second Putric Scent, which, you know, I'm not mad. So now having the Putric Scent and using it, I decide to do Plantera again. The big boss himself, herself, the big boss herself. But I die in second phase, like, actually the second she goes into second phase, I die. So, that's fun. Then, after spawning back in, I get a pirate invasion. I mean, why? I didn't need this, I don't want this. But it was pretty easy. I kinda didn't die. It was kinda too late already. I was kinda too far into hard mode already before having it. I also made my arena bigger just so I could have more movement, so I wouldn't just get bullied by the spiky balls and the things she's shooting. I would have more space. This turned out to be a lot better and a lot easier too. And then after quickly making work of Plantera, I defeated her. It was pretty easy this time. A bigger arena definitely helped. It was just great. I also got myself the auto hammer to make myself some Shroomite armor, which I was definitely prepared to get an upgrade. I was needing it. Like, actually. I also, for some reason, thought it would be a smart idea to make two sets. To have one set be firearm damage and one set B bow damage for some reason. And so what I did was make a second loadout, like a whole second loadout, equipment and all, which eventually I never used. I also got myself the piranha gun after getting into the dungeon. I got myself like the tabi and the black belt. I then get the pulse bow from the traveling merchant, which I think is amazing. I think at that point I decided to go and be like, okay, I'm gonna make a second armor set. And I also didn't really use the piranha gun much. I didn't like the way it I just didn't like it. I also got a sniper and a sniper scope from like literally one, maybe two snipers after killing one or two, which is just amazing. But as you can see right here, I'm just switching classes, or not really classes, but I'm just switching between having like the gun loadout and the bow loadout. Gonna fight, I think we can all agree, it's pretty easy. As you can see, all I had to do was just go right, go left, go right, go left. Which, yeah, it's golem fight. I tried to do a little bit of sniping, but that didn't really work out. I then also forgot to change back to my class, so I kinda didn't do much damage anymore. But then I just changed back and it was all good again. Then, after still almost dying to Golem, I quickly defeated him. I looked at what the spell was, because I honestly never saw it. I've never seen it. But Whisper and Ball is still better. I then just quickly fought another Golem, just because I had another little cell. I then took the solar thing. I don't know what's it called. But I took the altar to my arena and I just decided to farm some golems. It's money, I needed a sunstone. I got my sunstone. And yeah, I just kept fighting golem until I had no more lizard cells. Because I just needed money to reforge everything, to upgrade everything, because it was gonna be hell. I got myself a Neptune shell. I also got myself a moonstone. Then I decided to do Lunatic Cultist. So yeah, Lunatic Cultist, one of the easiest fights in the game. Like, let's be honest, it's not really that hard. I would have to say sometimes it's just kinda hard to see which is the fake and which is the real, but usually when you like do it at night, it's pretty easy to just see the difference. then the lunatic ghost is made quick work of. But I instantly spawn in like a solar pillar, which it's not really what I was hoping for, but I had a buff, so I decided like, why not? Solar pillar, it's not that bad. I mean, it's the worst of them all, but if you just stand on the ground, you kinda don't really have trouble with like the flying snake things you have to shoot in the asshole. After dying a lot of times to the solar pillar, I finally defeat it, and I then go to the vortex pillar to get myself some better weapons, but I instantly die again. And I'll be honest, I kinda cheesed this fight because I was already getting like pretty mad at just dying a lot of times to like the solar pillar, so I just kinda cheesed it, but I still like died a lot trying to get the pillar itself down. Eventually I got it down. I also got like a lot, but I mean a lot of vortex fragments. I think I got like 73 or something. It was a huge amount. But I then quickly made the Phantasm and a Vortex Beater. Two great weapons. Preferably the Vortex Beater is better in my opinion, but everyone has their own thing. I then started to make a way of asphalt for the Moonlord itself, because I would need speed. I got myself a Moon Charm. Just now being able to make the Celestial Sigil. And then also walked into the Nebula Pillar, which Nebula Pillar is pretty alright. It's doable. I am gonna die a lot probably, but it's pretty doable. I got rid of this pillar pretty quickly because it's a pretty easy one. I now only had the Stardust pillar left. Also, a fairly easy one. So I just went for it. I made the arena, I made the asphalt bridge. I thought I was ready for it. So I just and went to beat some cells. I take down the Stardust pillar, and Independing Doom approaches. So, in the Moonlord fight, 68 hours of gameplay just to die to Abysmal death ray. So I made some sigils and I tried again. I got to a score, but I died. Then I decided to restock on some potions and some ammo, because I was running low on those. And I tried again. And I died, trying to heal myself at the nurse. So I tried again. And I died. Trying to heal again. I then had to fight Lunatic Cultist again. And all of the pillars. Why? Because I didn't have more Moonlord sigils. I died to him too much times, but I clearly got rid of all the pillars. And I have to say, the bow for like crowd control, really nice. I do have to be honest. But now Impending Doom approaches. So we try again. And we die. With like, how much HP to spare? So we just spawn him again. After restocking on potions and buffs and ammo again. But we die again. So we just spawn him again. And we die. Again. I had to restock again. And now we fight. I had one sigil left, or I would have to do all pillars again. It was this, or probably just quitting and not defeating Moonlord on Master Mode. Finally, I defeated Moonlord and Terraria Master Mode for the first time as a ranger. I quickly finished this. I finished the eye. And that was the end of my journey. This was Terraria Master Mode for me. I hope you all enjoyed watching. I hope you all enjoyed the content. This was my first ever video, and I think I did an alright job on it. I definitely have some things to learn, but I think it was a good video. I thank you all for watching, and maybe I will see you next time. Have a good day.